What's going on, Jerome's? Minnesota Fighting Vikings begin the final week of OTAs this week before next week's mandatory minicamp, and we want to go through our way too soon, way too early 53-man rooster projections, as well as practice squad. So we're going to dive in and go through. Now, some of the predictions have changed since our post-draft one, just incorporating some of the scuttlebutt that's been kicking around TCO Performance Center Bar and Grill. So let's dive in. I think that the Vikings will carry 2 quarterbacks on the rooster, 1 on the practice squad. Kirk Cousins at QB1, as well as Kellen Mond. I think that the hype is legit. I think that he has a chance to overtake Sean Mannion as QB2 of the Vikings, which shouldn't take much. Now, I do think that the Vikings will keep a veteran guy like Sean Mannion in the fold. Kirk Cousins likes him. He's good in the meeting rooms. So having him in the sphere as opposed to, hey, just hire him to be assistant quarterbacks coach. You know, why not? Running backs wise, keeping 4 on the roster: Dalvin, Kinkenny, and Wangu, Alexander Madison, and Ty Chandler, the rookie from North Carolina. Now, I do also have Bryant Kobach, the UDFA, making the practice squad over our guy, AJ Rose. I think Bryant Kobach has a chance to be something special, man. Now, his college career, he's a really fantastic, really dynamic type player. So I think that he makes a practice squad over AJ Rose. Fullbacks, you got CJ Ham, best fullback in the league, as well as Jake Vargas, who can also play a little bit of tight end. He is back into the fold. Wide receivers, keeping 6 and 2 on the practice squad. So you got Justin friggin' Jefferson, you got Thielen, you got KJ, you got BC, you got ISM, and Speedy Naylor. So those are going to be your 6 on the roster. Also, I do think that ISM or Naylor will win the punt return job. Now, maybe D.D. Westbrook gets into this mix. Sure. If D.D. was back, I would put him on the practice squad, probably taking Blake Prohl's spot. But Dan Gisena, the punt gunner master, and also remember the new practice squad rules: you can elevate a player thrice before they have to go through waivers. So that's a bonus for him. Blake Prohl, last year's UDFA out of East Carolina, towards ACL. I think that he could be something special too. And then Tristan Jackson, Myron Mitchell, as well as Thomas Hennigan, the UDFA out of App State. No go there. Tight end wise, so you got Irv Smith, tight end 1, obviously. Tight end 2, I'm going to give it to Ben Elfson coming out of the gates, because I think that he's a great meat potatoes blocking inline tight end. Former NDSU Bison. Also, you got 7th rounder Nick Muse. I think Nick Muse is going to surprise some people. I think Nick Muse has a chance to be a really good player. Zach Davidson, last year's 5th round pick out of Central Mizzou, on the practice squad. And then also you have Johnny Munt coming from the Rams. He does not make it. Now, if you convince me to swap Johnny Munt and Zach Davidson on the practice squad, I won't be mad at all. Offensive line wise, so this may be a little bit hard to read, but remember, a practice squad in blue, cut in red. So left to right, your starting offensive line is going to be Darisaw, Ezra, Bradbury, Chris Reed, and Brian O'Neill. They got 5 backups, keeping 10 on the 53. They got Brandel, Wyatt Davis, Jesse Davis, as well as Oli Udo. And then also you have Ed Ingram in there. Now, you could convince me that Oli Udo could be cut, and Vidarian Lowe, the rookie coming out of Illinois, could make the roster, possibly. But I got 2 guys on the practice squad: Kyle Hinton, who they've been dabbling with at center, as well as Vidarian Lowe. And then defensive line wise, you have the defensive interior players. So their starting lineup on the front 3 is Diesel, Dalvin, Harrison Phillips, Armand for Watts. Also, you're keeping Patrick Jones, James Lynch, Kenny Willekes in the fold on the 53. And then you got 3 guys on the practice squad: Jalen Twyman, Pride of Pitt, let's go. Tyree Stevenson, the UDFA out of Tulsa. I think that he has a chance to be a really intriguing nose tackle going forward. And Usezi Otomehu coming in from the Gophers. I think that he has potential to maybe be a future starting 5-tech, but right now there's a little bit of a logjam in terms of who's going to be on the roster. Edge rushers, so you got Daniil, Zedarius, DJ, and Janaris. I think those are solidified as your front 4, or your starting 4 at least. Not starting 4. You know what I mean? The first 4 on the edge. Then you got the 2 UDFA, Zach McLeod from Miami, as well as Luigi Villain from Wake Forest by way of Michigan. I think that both of them have a chance to be something very... a little bit of seasoning, a little bit of spiciness, because both of them could have been day 3 draft picks, and I think they have the physical tools to really get after it on this defense. Linebackers, so interior off-ball linebackers got Kendricks and Hicks starting. I think Asamoah is going to be taking over Hicks' job in short order. Then also Blake Lynch. the former UDFA out of Baylor, played corner and safety and wide receiver and running back and linebacker. I think whenever he gets on the field, something special does happen. And that means Chad Surratt, no. Ryan Connolly, the Pride of Indian Prairie, no. Troy Dye, former 4th-round pick, no. Now, making the practice squad is William Kwenku, who impressed enough at UDFA tryouts at rookie camp as a UDFA tryout to make the 90-man roster over a guy like Tuff Borland. So he's already gotten through one hoop of scrutiny. So I think that Kwenku could have a chance to make something of himself going forward. Really like him as like a Heath Farwell, Larry Dean type special teams linebacker. Cornerbacks wise, keeping 6. You got Patrick Peterson, Cameron Tiny Dancer, Booth, Shondon Sullivan, Harrison Hand, and Caleb Evans. Chris Boyd, give me on the practice squad. Now, I've gone back and forth. You could say Chris Boyd on the practice squad, maybe Nate Hairston on the practice squad, maybe even Perry Nickerson on the practice squad, maybe even Ty Smith. It could be a spot where you'll have this a lot where teams, 16-man practice squad, will cut a player off the practice squad, sign another player, sign the first player, cut the second player, all that stuff. So basically, you're keeping 17 players on the practice squad. Could be a situation like that for the cornerbacks. Safety-wise, I think the 4 are pretty much cemented in Harrison, Bynum, Lucine, and Josh Metellus. Metellus is a good backup safety, as well as he contributed nicely on special teams. And then you got Miles Dorn from UNC, as well as Mike Brown not making it. Special teams-wise, ooh, getting spicy. I'm calling it right now. Gabe Burkich, the Pride of Oklahoma. Boomer Sooner. Right. He makes the roster over Greg Joseph. Remember, Joseph signed his RFA tender, but he's got nothing guaranteed. I think Burkich, he's got the leg. I think that he's got the moxie. I don't think that the moment gets to him. I think that he can make clutch kicks. I think that he will take over the 53-man roster spot, and I think Greg Joseph will be on the practice squad. It's amazing. It's amazing, man. I do think Jordan Berry will edge out Ryan Wright, and DePaulo is going to be the long snapper this season. So, recapping the practice squad. So I got Mannion, Kobach, Vargas, Chisena, Prohl, Davidson, Vidarian Lowe, Kyle Hinton. Defensive-wise, you got Twyman, Stevenson, Otomehu, McLeod, and Villain. Kwenku, the linebacker, Chris Boyd, the corner, as well as Greg Joseph, just out there chilling. But there's a lot of football left to be played. Last week, OTAs, mandatory minicamp, training camp, of course, and also preseason. So these things will shift a lot. But as of right now, this is who I like. But let us know your thoughts, and our thoughts are way too soon. 53-man rooster projection for the Vikings. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Most put the work, put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.